What's going on, guys? This is the Ecom boss, and in today's video I'll be teaching you guys 3 qualities you have to have in order to make success with dropshipping. So they're gonna be 3 different pointers. I was almost gonna expose them already, but maybe we should wait until we're inside of the video. So that's basically it, guys. We're gonna talk a little bit about, the mental struggles you guys can have, a couple of technical issues, should you run saturated product, whatever, and there's a get rich quick scheme. Believe it or not, guys, if you're watching an experience, it's actually a lot of people that think dropshipping is a scam. It's not even a joke. So if some of you guys watching think it's a scam, it's clearly not, but we'll get into that, guys. So before you start, or if you already started, I'm sure you could still learn something new, or at least it could help motivate you maybe. I don't know. We'll see later on in the video. So if you guys want to support me, please smash a like. It's the only thing I want. It just means the world to me if you guys smash a like. If you want to smash the dislike, that's fine, but please, I recommend you guys go for a like and support your creator, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, at least if you like this video later on. So that's gonna be it, guys. Let's get into the video. So if you want to get into coaching program on dropshipping, it's gonna be, my Instagram is gonna be here, and if you just want to follow me, that's also cool. So the 3 qualities, guys, these 3 qualities are must have. If you guys don't have this, it's gonna be a problem, especially if you have a lot of problems with it. For example, not bringing emotions into your business. So the first one is gonna be patience. Whoever told you that dropshipping is easy is a liar. To be honest, dropshipping is not too hard. I'm just gonna be completely transparent with you guys. Dropshipping isn't too hard, but it requires strategy and a certain amount of knowledge. This dropshipping thing is a little bit more about strategy than it is about skill, but strategy is kind of a skill as well. But patience, guys, patience for real. Took me 2 years to succeed with this thing. This is a business, right? You see people riding in Lamborghinis and everything. It's obviously, there are some businesses that's easier to make a lot of money in, but it's never going to be easy to have a car like that, right? So patience is going to be number 1. If you guys don't have patience, you're going to run into trouble. Cutting assets too early, that's a huge mistake, but that's more like patience overnight type of thing. Understand that you will probably have to test a couple of products before you find success with dropshipping. It's not an overnight thing. I mean, I've had 2 people this year that I work with who had an overnight success of spending $10 and finding a winner. But what are the chances, right? You see all these stories, and that's what one YouTuber could do. They could, for example, do like case studies on those 2 students of mine that spent $10 and found a winner instantly to make it seem easy to sell their course or whatever. But it's not that easy. Like those 2, I don't even count them because it's so lucky. It really is luck based. Understand also that dropshipping is actually a little bit luck based too, because it is. I mean, it could be a little bit random. It's luck based when you know what you're doing. That's what I'm trying to say. If you know how to find good products, you know what a good product looks like, you know how to run Facebook ads, you got all the strategies down, comes a little bit down to luck, honestly. Which interest do you choose? Does the product win? Does it flop? It could be a little bit random. Of course, it's not a lucky game. That's not what I'm saying. But if I were to test 3 products, it could have, worked because I was a little bit lucky in that product. Everything just worked, and another product was just unlucky and it flopped because I know what I'm doing, right? So it honestly can look a little bit like gambling when you have the skill in, because you just test products and you see what's gonna work. But obviously, if you don't got the skills down, it's gonna be hard. But understand it's gonna take some time. It does not happen overnight. I had a lot of people getting into it. I see them chatting me and they ask for this and that, and their store is closed a month later. And a lot of people actually do this. They're like, okay, college starts in 2 weeks, so I'm gonna succeed before college starts. And you have 2 weeks. It's really hard, especially if you're not experienced. You need to understand it, because I actually had a lot of people telling me that, like, hey, what do I tell my parents, because college is starting in 2-3 weeks and I want to succeed with dropshipping, and you never run a product? That's gonna be hard. Is it possible? Yeah, because you could maybe hit it like a shot or something and learn from it, but it's not too easy either. So make sure, you guys, you gotta have the patience to understand that this is a business you gotta build. You need to treat your dropshipping store like a business. That's also a problem I see in a lot of people. They don't treat this like an actual business. They just treat it more like as, printing money, running Facebook ads, shipping out orders, if they even ship out the orders. So that's the number 1. Patience is going to be super important. This thing doesn't happen overnight. It's not super easy. I'm sorry if I'm the first guru. Call me a guru, whatever you want. If I'm the first one to tell you guys that it's not easy, I'm sorry, but it's not easy. So next thing is going to be, don't be generic. This is a little bit more technical. It's a little bit more in ads, your product research and everything, a little bit more strategy based. Being generic is probably the worst thing you guys can do in dropshipping. A lot of people also tell you run saturated products and everything, but that's a little bit more of an older strategy. Saturated products can always work, but I usually see on saturated, from my experience, ROAS is high, ROAS is lower, profit is lower, but you can still be profitable with them, but it's really hard. And usually when I test saturated, which I don't, but I've done it a lot, I usually see a lower ratio winning products. So I might test 20 before one of them wins, and you're competing with the whole market, right? You look at it like a cake, honestly. The saturated product, if that's a cake and you're just jumping on it, you're getting a piece of the cake. But if you are the guy who made the product saturated, you found it when you were untapped, you made the cake, and now other dropshippers dropshippers can come take a piece of the cake. So it's way better to own the cake. That sounds weird, but I think it makes a lot of sense. Make sure you guys press the like. That also sounds weird, but it also makes sense, and that you subscribe. So what I'm gonna say, guys, is just don't be generic. You need to find products the market hasn't seen before. But another thing you guys can do as well is to find a new version of a saturated product. So if you have a saturated product, for example, like massage gun, and you manage to find a mini massage gun or just like a modern version of it, you can try to run it. It's always about making an old trend new again. Finding a new version of an old trend. That's the way to go. That actually does work. It's a super good strategy. But what I usually do though is I find something the market haven't seen before, but you gotta have the eye for the product. That's going to be a key factor here. But you need to find out, guys, something the market has not seen before, something that's not saturated, or just re-innovate an old trend with a new design or whatever. But guys, I aim for untapped products, like 0 orders to 500 orders to maybe 1,000 orders. I'm not saying 4K, 4,000 is too much, but don't go over 4,000. That could be a little overkill. I'll probably do like maximum 3,000 orders on a product, but you can't be generic. You really can't. If it was just like, run a saturated product and it's going to work, it will be so easy. It will be so easy. If you're testing saturated products, you're most likely going to test forever. And some of you guys watching this video may have had a winner with saturated products, and that's all good, but I'm just talking from my experience, right? For me, it's usually never worked, and for everyone I coach, it's always harder to make saturated products work, and it's not recommended, even though some of the gurus says it. Run something untapped and don't be generic. That means, don't use just basic dropshipping video ads. I mean, even though they work, trying to stand out a little bit, trying to find something new, make the web page, that it doesn't look just like a dropshipping store. This is also another thing. If your store is just a Brooklyn store, a lot of people might have had a bad experience with a store with the same layout. If you have a Brooklyn store, people recognize that theme because it's always the same. And they could be like, hey, last time I bought from a store with this layout, in their subconscious mind or something, I didn't get the order. And then, you have a pretty big problem. So that's number 2. Don't be generic. Super, super important tip right there. Spill water all over myself. Guys and girls, do not expect easy money. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It can happen overnight, but the chances are super low. But the funny thing about dropshipping, though, is like, don't expect stuff to change instantly. It's probably not. It's going to be hard. But the cool thing about dropshipping is you could actually just be an hour away from hitting big. That's the super cool thing. Which means, for example, you've been testing 10 products. Your next product tomorrow could be a winner, and your whole life could change. And that's the thing. You don't have to necessarily sit down and grind for years, because tomorrow you could blow up, or in a year you can blow up whenever. And that's why I love this business, because there's no time limit. You don't have to always put in the hours. You can just blow up whenever. But if you don't have experience, your chance is going to be lower, and you most likely will have to test some products. I mean, yeah, I said you can blow up whenever, but that could also be a year, right? So don't expect easy money. Don't go into this business thinking like, I'm going to make a lot of money overnight or whatever, because you're probably not. And don't have the mindset like I told you guys earlier, for example, like I'm going to school in 2 weeks, I want to prove my parents wrong. It's probably going to be hard. So usually what I see is like desperate people usually are the ones failing. So I've been working with a couple of people who work with me on dropshipping, and I find out later like they started dropshipping because they have a baby in 2 months and they want to take care of it. And that's getting into dropshipping a little bit desperate. I mean, I'm not saying don't dropship because you're having a baby either. Always follow your dreams. But if it's not your dream, if you just dropship because you have a baby in a month or something and you want to make the money instantly just so you could pay for that, you're going to run into some issues because you're just in it to do that thing. It's going to be a little bit, gotta be driven towards your dreams as well. If you are an entrepreneur, you're most likely not going to quit. But a lot of people that get into this desperate, they are quitting. It's not easy. Like I said, if everyone would be riding Lamborghinis if it was easy, this thing doesn't come overnight. You need to understand that fact. So that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Please remember to smash a like on the video. Please press that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe. My course is down in the description, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.